Is this on already?
No.
Yes, it's on.
You said it wasn't.
I'm filming.
This is a mess. I'm praying.
I can always tell when Lessie's acting.
I'm not acting right now. I'm actually kind of just like in a funk. I just really don't want to do the show today.
Yeah. Whoa!
Oh my God! Please.
I'm tired and I woke up and I'm just like, no.
Please put that in.
Oh.
Why do you think I'm drinking this at flipping 11 in the morning?
What is that?
It's
a Red Bull?
water.
No, it's a natural isogenics. What is this called?
Basically, meth.
No, it's
Meth
like an energy
drink.
drink with a bunch of
Meth
stuff
in
in it. It's called Mango Mimosa. For all
Find
you
our
mimosa
isogenics
lovers
link
out
Oh,
in the
there.
comments below.
Okay,
I do love ice cream.
Waylon is standing up with Michael and like he's Garth Brooks. Please insert photo
Like Garth
of that.
Brooks.
Waylon, stand up. Come
Guys,
here.
don't be jelly.
Oh, this is embarrassing. He's like trying to do funny things. Okay.
Okay, I'm praying.
And, okay.
And action.
Look at Waylon. He thinks he's funny. And good day to all of our friends out there on the internet and the radio waves of podcast. This is real. I'm JP Miller.
The interwebs. I'm Lessie McCarter.
And we are here today, and we're trying to make the show better. So we're going to really kick off at some stuff.
Oh, live! Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard defamation trial. Have you heard about all that?
That's gonna date the show.
Yeah.
Stop with the dating of the show. Someone's gonna watch this 3 years from now. It's gonna be dated. Stop.
You think we'll be around 3 years from now? That's so
No,
sweet.
but my whole point.
Basically, listen, this is where we are right now.
Why did I get a notification?
We've
for
been
that?
on these platforms out there for This Is Real, REEL. Please subscribe in every way. Basically, we were going to be like, we'll get started after we get 5,000 subscribers. That was what Leslie's idea was. And I'm like, I think that's
didn't
lofty. Why don't we
say
try
that.
1,000? So we go out there on
said, what a
Facebook
great
to all of
goal.
our friends and we're like, like us and subscribe.
We have
So
108.
every week, the show goes down in views.
And quality.
And the number of subscribers has not changed. It might have decreased, actually. So I thought
No, it has
after
not. You're a ding dong.
the first show, I thought someone would go, like Tina Fey would go, this is good.
I
Right.
told you.
Get them to New York.
Christian Slater's producer messaged us on the show.
I know, but that was an
Yeah.
April Fool's trick.
Don't talk about April Fools. That's dating the show.
I don't know what to do. I feel, well, basically we are failing. So if you...
So send your money to Lessie
if
McCarter
you
at
would
yahoo.com.
subscribe to us,
Oh my God.
or if you know someone on Saturday Night Live or ESPN.
We have things to talk about today.
So,
We have all the things.
Yes, we do.
First
So,
of all, let's talk about my Dancing with the Stars event.
yes, we were at this big event last week. Lessie won twice in a row.
We won first place Judges' Choice Awards with a perfect score. Dancing with the Stars. Yes, my couple that I taught last year won first place too. They did amazing. We got dressed up. We never dress up. JP dresses up like every day at home because he plays like house and like he's a celebrity at home.
I don't play house. I play grocery store.
He plays like he's a celebrity and he dresses up every day and stares at himself in the mirror and he's like talking to himself.
Yes, I'm the vain one betwixt us.
Betwixt?
Can you say that?
Betwixt?
It's time to move on to another subject. Can you time for about a minute right now?
All right. On your marks.
I'm trying this
Get
because
ready.
we're trying to move the show because it's too long.
Go!
So, Lessie, do you consider yourself middle class or low class or high class? I mean, with money.
Oh, no, probably middle to low.
I always thought I was middle. And then it occurred to me yesterday because I
don't
was
even-
driving one of my friend's cars that's upper class. And I went,
What was the car?
it was, I don't know, it wasn't like it was a limousine or anything, but it was just a nice one.
Because if you own a limousine, you're high class.
Yeah, so I,
It
like,
was a hearse.
I still didn't look. Are you timing me?
Yeah.
I did not realize that she has this little camera right here. So when I back up,
Oh, backup camera.
yeah, I've never had that.
Oh, they're very helpful.
Do you have that?
I do have it in my FJ.
Again, she grew up with a private
No,
jet.
I didn't.
I realized,
We just
JP,
got those cards.
stop
I just
fooling yourself. You can still play CDs in your car. You
Oh.
are not middle class.
I miss a good CD player. I do.
Well, I've
Wait a
got
minute, do I
one.
have a CD player in my car?
Yeah.
I do,
Okay,
don't I?
But we
Maybe.
never use it.
But I
That's a
never
hair
use it.
trashy. So
When I got as a
I mean,
kid,
middle class.
I got what is it called? A 10 disc changer. I thought I was.
Oh
the
my
crap.
gosh.
I remember my friend Stephanie
And
had
you
the
would-
big bass things.
Yeah.
She
Oh
spent
my
like
gosh.
$5,000 on her.
More than
Do
the
you
car
remember the
cost.
CD
Stereo.
cases and we'd sit there and our friends would be like, okay, swap through. Which one are you going to play
Hey,
next? And
do you guys remember when we had friends? that was good times.
Now
Stephanie.
the garden has been wheated. Are you timing us? Because I feel like that's
10
over
seconds.
a minute.
10 seconds.
Okay.
Hurry, go.
And then we've addressed
So yeah,
this.
we're definitely lower class now.
Five.
I think we've decided.
So
4,
basically, I feel
3,
like, as
2.
I mentioned earlier,
Next segment.
we're basically failing as a show, and I guess as individuals. But our subscribers is like 150 or something.
100 something, yeah.
We have 108.
Oh God, is really that?
Yes, but that's as never mind. I can't even say it because I'm dating this show. That's as of right now. Our show has only aired 4 weeks.
I don't think the topic is
So-
By the
dating
time they
the
see
show.
this one, it's going to be aired like.
But what's it matter?
Yeah,
Because
babe,
by
you're
the-
making this a big deal, and it's not.
By the time they see this show, we're going to be like 2.5 months in.
I don't feel like that.
Like the
I
audience
should
does
give
not
up
know
my
that
whole
we
minute
pre-record.
on
if
basically
you think about it,
we are failing.
time is relative.
Oh my God.
It's the bubbles. Excuse me. I'm very classy.
It's
So-
the bubbles.
So I was.
Folks, we're laughing if you're on the podcast.
We're laughing.
Hey, seriously
So-
though, did we say like "Welcome to This Is Real"? Did we
I
even
think.
introduce the show yet?
Guys, this is real. I'm Leslie McCarter. This is my brother, JP Miller, brother in Christ.
I hate when people say that. Next topic. Okay, so you
He's
know,
on it
like
today.
when you cut someone off in traffic, or like they're
And you
waiting
cuss and
for
you yell at
you
them.
to pull
And
out,
you have a
and you
Jesus
let
sticker
them,
on
or
the back of your
whatever,
car,
or
and they're
that
like,
you walk by someone. I've noticed that if you just do a head nod, it forgives a multitude of sins. Like
I
I'm
do, I
walking
try to.
by this, dude, and I'm like, oh, bam, oh, sorry, man, it's all right, it's all right. And like, if I cut you off, I'm like, I'm sorry, dude.
oh,
Or someone's like, you can go. I'm like, you know what I mean?
the head
Yeah.
nod.
If we would all start head nodding more.
Instead of middle
At least,
fingering.
at least you're acknowledging it.
Well-
And I feel like the head nod is something that is a universal thing, like a smile. So
we talked about that
we
a couple
tr-
shows ago.
I don't think so.
Sort of,
we
about
have
smiling.
so head nods is a good thing. Let's get that out there. Hashtag head
Head
nods. Okay.
Okay,
and
so
also-
what is the color of your underwear today?
You can take a quick peek if you need to.
It's actually stars and stripes, or stars, patriotic,
Okay.
blue, red, white.
Red, white, and blue. And what's the last thing that you ate today?
Medicine.
Okay, your 80s rock band name is Patriotic Medicine.
That's a good 80s
actually
rock band.
good.
We saw that on Facebook this
Patriotic
morning.
medicine. That's actually a really good 80s rock band. name.
Aaliyah's was black toast. Mine
Black
was green almond butter. And Waylon, what was yours? Polka dot? No,
it's
red
Red coffee.
coffee.
Well, folks, there
What
you
is your
go.
80s rock band? You got to find the color of your underwear.
This is this basic information
Plus,
that we were talking about. That
the last
really
thing you
helps
Plus
ate.
the last thing you ate. That's your rock band.
And action. I'd like to share with you a little scam that I ran
Scam.
for a while as a youth pastor.
You are a little scamp.
So I hated this time of the year because guess what happens?
Graduation.
Correct.
Oh, the wedding march.
And so
Graduation.
kids would graduate.
We go get my backpack.
Well, as a youth pastor, I felt like it was important to go to the kids' graduations. And sometimes there would be as many as 5 that I had to go to.
And you're running everywhere. You're running
But-
to each one.
Yes. And I'm sorry, kids, that I'm revealing this to you. But I ran a graduation scam to where me and my youth workers would arrive at the arena or whatever,
Thank you.
we would see the parents and be like, hey guys. And then we would see the kids. Let's get a picture with you before it starts. Okay, see ya. And we would leave.
And then you were out of there.
I had the picture proof that I was at graduation, but I did not stay unless they were speaking. Graduation scam, hashtag. Welcome to Miracles on This Is Real. I'm your host, JP Miller, with my friend, Tammy Fade Baker. But
You know those ladies that would have like the purple hair on the gospel shows?
Do you know those ladies that speak into their microphones?
You know those?
it wasn't purple hair. It was one woman, and her name is Jan.
Yeah, but
She was actually really nice.
I believe you. Well, she had purple hair.
It was pink, and she dyed it with food coloring, and I'm not kidding. Or not food coloring, Kool-Aid.
Can you guys be funnier?
Yeah, let's stop. Okay.
My weave is itching.
And be funny. What? I can't leave that.
Oh,
There it is.
Whoa, easy.
Golly.
There's my friend.
Welcome to the stage, patriotic medicine.
Red, white, and blue pills.
Yeah, yeah. But,
And green almond butter.
Was that yours?
Yeah. Or
That's-
green toast.
That's a terrible.
Or green eggs. Oh, I did eat eggs. Green eggs.
Green eggs and ham.
for all you millions of subscribers that watch, thank you. And I was thinking about doing some personal vlogs. It would be like me being filmed in a day in the life of me. It's extremely exciting.
All right, let's cut that out.
Let's talk about something that will get us views because
Okay,
I'm about to quit the whole show.
I think all this show is me hitting you and us hysterically laughing over nothing.
Dude, I had water in my mouth. I thought I was going to choke or spew it out. You made me cry.
Remember when you had your...
I've never seen Waylon cry like that.
Teddy.
Oh, I'm crying.
Oh my god.
Oh, my
We've got to
abdominals.
edit this. I
No,
know.
that's
my-
staying. That's the only part that's been good of the
I
whole
don't even
show.
remember what we were laughing about.
It doesn't matter.
Is that? Oh, that is.
It's a
wax,
gray hair,
isn't it?
okay? All right,
So-
I'm going to save the show. Maybe this will be a shorter episode, or maybe we'll actually get some views past 10 minutes.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. I think the laughing people like.
Yeah,
They do.
I enjoyed it.
I
I
did
feel
too.
awake and alive now.
Hallelujah. I could do a little segment for
Yeah.
Facebook.
Go ahead. Commercial time with JP Miller.
Hey, if you like watching YouTube, I've got a YouTube show for you to look at. It's called This Is Real, as in REEL. What's it about? I'm glad you asked. We cover everything from...
Just keep going.
We cover a lot of stuff, and I think it's funny. So does my mom and Waylon, the guy running the camera.
It is good.
My kids, Micah's friend Boston watches it, thinks it's funny.
They tolerate it. Shout
My
out.
kids, Macy and Micah, watch it. Right now we have how many subscribers?
So wait, the only people watching it is our friends and family? Is that the point?
Yeah. Well, we're back on This Is Real. I'm JP Miller with my assistant, Lessie McCarter. Appreciate y'all being with us today.
I'm not ready.
Maybe we should just go eat and we'll do a show later.
Are you hungry?
No, but this isn't working out.
So, anywho, one thing that I think's hilarious about Lessie is like with our millions of fans and comments, they're like, "Oh, that girl's hot," or "That girl's good looking," or "She's pretty," or whatever. And Lessie is like the most. She doesn't think she's pretty. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking to. You have issue. You can't. You think you look awful or whatever.
I do not think I'm photogenic, which is really true. Like the angles of my face, every time it's in a photo, I'm just like, whatever. I don't think that I'm ugly. I don't think I'm fat. I don't think but I want to look nice. but I also don't have like the best. I'm not going to say I have low self-esteem or anything. I think I'm a decently confident person.
Do you ever put filters on your photos?
Absolutely. I also wear makeup, and sometimes I don't.
And so,
have you seen me walk in with no eyelashes or no makeup before a bazillion of times? Because I'm confident.
Not on camera.
Oh, I will do it next episode.
Fine.
No makeup, no hair weaves for both of us.
I think it's so funny sometimes that like people, you would think someone is like overly confident or cocky or whatever, you know, like, or old. They've got it good because they look good, you know, whatever. And I think it's interesting that Lessie fits, you know, in that category where everyone's like, oh, wow, you know, she's beautiful. But she still struggles with, you know, you can be better and is this good enough? You know what I mean? And that kind of stuff. But that's, I think everyone struggles with their body issues, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's interesting is, I think, Lessie, you've kind of struggled with, like everyone is, your body issues or whatever since you were young, I guess.
Well, yes. To be honest, when I was growing up, and I think this will relate to a lot of ladies out there, and probably men too, for sure. Is I grew up in a family with two sisters, and none of my family, my immediate family, had dealt with being overweight. I mean, my mom and my dad, they taught us pretty decent, healthy lifestyle. Nobody was really involved in working out, though. That came later, just on kind of my own. But I was the chunky sister. I had a chunky stage, and I just went through the stage. And you know, my oldest sister would say things to me, or I got called little names here and there. And I know, like, when you're sisters, you pick on each other and things like that.
I tried to murder my sister with a steak knife.
Right, right.
Sorry,
so the thing
Ken.
is like, I look back now, and sometimes words that were told to you can, you know, affect who you become,
especially early on.
And I am 100% not blaming anything that I've dealt with on that, because really that was just little nitpicking things. But then in high school and middle school, I was pretty thin. High school, I was thin. But just who's calling?
Sorry, I don't know.
Here we go
again.
Bill
Collector.
Here
Sorry.
we go. But in high school, you know, I tried out for the cheerleading team, and you know, they want you to be fit and healthy, and you know, and that's something I strive for. But I remember meeting another girl in high school she would get up in the morning and she would like run at 5 a.m. and she was just so into like health and nutrition and all those things. And like, she inspired me, and I was thinking, you're a high schooler. Like, you are so dedicated. And when we went to cheer camp, she packed her own food to eat, like healthy stuff, you know? And I do think that there's a borderline of being like over the top about it, but still to this day, this girl is very healthy and fit, and she's a little bit older than me. I'm 40 now, and she is still to this day like living that healthy lifestyle, but it was embedded in her at a young age. I do think it can be a problem when you have that person, maybe you have someone in your family that's like, oh my God, you're just so fat, or oh my gosh, you're this. And I hate that word. Like, I hate the F word, and I mean the fat word. I don't like it when Aaliyah or anybody says, you know, that. I'm like, we don't use that, because, you know, I just think it's a very harsh word. At the same time, how many times, and you even know this too, me, my sister, one of my best friends, we would go to church dinners, and all the ladies, not all, but a lot of the ladies and some of the heavier people be like, oh, y'all aren't going to eat today. Oh, you're just going to eat your salad. And they almost make fun of you on the opposite end of it too, you know? And that's
because they're jealous.
Well, and I've had people in my own, you know, family and friends and things like that always like, oh, she's a skinny one. Oh, I don't want to stand next to her in a picture because she's so tiny. And I'm like, it irritates me, because like, that is just as bad. Would you ever say, oh, I don't want to stand next to somebody in a picture because they're large? You would never say that. So people who deal with, did you just roll your eyes? People who there's so many people out there that deal with like eating disorders, and I truly dealt with an eating disorder growing up, and it was different than probably just like the person that says, oh, I deal with bulimia, which is, if you don't know what that is, it's, you know, where they throw up their food that they've eaten. And then anorexia is more like they don't eat, starving themselves. But there's so many more aspects to a eating disorder than just being bulimic or being anorexic.
You mean like emotionally?
Well, physically? Yes, but like it controls your mind. It takes over your mind. And, you know, Waylon and I, he's been with me for so long, since high school, and he has seen me literally not overweight, but in my own image, my mind, I thought I was disgusting. I was probably, I probably honestly weighed what I do right now. I'm definitely more fit and I have more muscle now after building it all these years. But in my mind, I would look at myself and be like, oh my gosh, my love handles. Oh my gosh, my thighs. I wouldn't wear shorts. Like, I still don't love shorts still to this day. But I literally would cry. Do you remember this? I would bawl my eyes out and have moments where I'd be like, I'm just so fat and ugly. I'm not going anywhere. I couldn't put it. And I probably weighed 125 pounds and I was not big. I look back now and I'd be like, oh, I'd give anything to look like that now. You know what I mean? And in my mind, I struggled with my journey with, health and fitness. I started loving fitness and having a passion at a young age in high school, started working out. I love it. I think it's good for you. I recommend it, but there is an obsession. There are people out there, I believe, that get so obsessed with it. They're constantly like, how many calories do I burn? How many steps do I do? How many calories have I consumed today? And that to me is just as much as in a disorder than throwing up your food or starving yourself. I have tried to throw up my food before. This was years ago, 20 years ago. I would be like, okay, I could just eat bad because food is good and it's hard to put good food down. I mean, me and Waylon all the time are like, we get it. Why, this is why we're in the profession that we do, is because we can relate to people. We may never have been extremely overweight, but food is so good. And it's hard for even us as trainers and health coaches to put that extra piece of pizza down or say no to something, you know what I mean? And whatever it is. And so we understand that. But, I struggled with either consuming too much bad food and I would binge. I would binge and I would eat like tons of cookies. I would hide food, things like this. I know this is crazy. And I wasn't overweight, but that doesn't mean I was healthy. And so just because there are thin people out there and people like, oh, you're just so skinny, whatever, you're just, I would give anything to have your body or whatever. That doesn't mean that they're healthy. And that was me at one point. I was not huge, but in my mind, I hated my body. I would binge eat and then I would try to throw up, which that didn't work for me because I just couldn't do it. And I hate throwing up. And then it's so bad for you. And everybody, you can't sit there and think that puking up your food has got to be good for you. We all know it's bad for you.
Sure.
So I knew that was bad. And then I would try to go on the other end and be like, restrict my calories. Like, I'm only going to eat like 500 calories a day. You know what I mean? And then I would starve myself and then over-exercise, which you don't have enough energy to do that. That's just ridiculous. So you're starving your body. You're depleting yourself of energy. You're losing your hair. Your face is, it causes skin problems. Yeah. It can cause a lot of internal problems.
Look for signs, I think it's predominantly girls, I'm guessing. And a lot of teenagers,
I think that's kind of when it starts.
Just, and so, look for signs of when you're cleaning the toilet and because I've dealt with a lot of kids, if they're going, and they're throwing up.
Right after they eat all the time. Or if they're not eating.
They go upstairs to the bathroom right after they eat a lot, their skin, their teeth, all that stuff. That's stuff to look for, right?
It is. And I don't, and I'm not saying I'm a specialist when it comes to people who deal with those things. I'm absolutely not. My thing is I dabbled in both sides of it, but more than bulimia or anorexia, let's just take those out of the picture. I struggled with the obsession of what am I going to start next? What diet am I going to start next? I spent so much money in my early 20s buying the new sweat thing that's going to sweat out of the toxins, the gel that was going to burn this new exercise. I can't even tell you.
I bought Tybo. Let me.
Now, don't you be judging my Billy Blanks.
Tell you, VHS Tybo. I put in the beginner's tape, okay? And I'm like, this will probably be easy because I've danced before. This is like I'm 25 in my apartment by myself. So he's like, in step. And I'm like, yeah, this is fine. And then he's like, kick backwards. And I'm like, oh my God. And then he's like, kick backwards. And I'm like, I thought we were just to do that 4 counts. And then I'm like, oh my God, I can't keep doing this. And then he's like, in front. And I was like, I think I got 1 minute and 39 seconds into the beginner. That was all I saw of Tybo.
Me and my sister Natalie and one of my best friends Jocelyn, who I've talked about on the show, we would do Tybo. Literally, we would start in like a tank top and like little shorts, but it was just us three in our living room. And then by the end, we'd end up being like in a sports bra and underwear because we're like sweating so bad, like dying, sweating. We laugh about that to this day, that we loved some Tybo. And that being said, there is nothing wrong with exercising.
Yeah.
So I go back, and the thing is,
I think the thing is balance.
It is balance, but you shouldn't be I don't think
Moderation
in food and but your lifestyle. I had to seriously pray, God, please help me. Before Waylon and I got pregnant with Aaliyah, I will never forget this. I said, God, how old were we when we had Aaliyah? 27, 28, something like that. I remember praying, and all these years, from like 18 till for probably 10 years, I struggled with the back and forth of having small moments of binging, small moments of bulimia, small moments of anorexia, and then, but the calorie counting, the obsession, the next thing, okay, today I'm going to try the grapefruit diet. I tried the cabbage soup. I've tried the cookie diet. All these ridiculous things. And honestly, I look back now and I'm thankful I experienced all those things, because it's helped me and Waylon become the health coaches and fitness trainers that we are today. Because today we literally teach our clients it's about lifestyle. You shouldn't be obsessed in the gym. You don't need to be there 6-7 days a week, 2 to 3 hours a day. Find a healthy program, lift weights, do cardio, work on your core and your abs. Find something that you love and do that, and be active and healthy and be balanced. We had pizza over the weekend, but then the next meal, I'm like, okay, no, I had whatever, next few days I'm strict. And then
we went out after church Sunday. We went and ate Japanese, and then we went and got ice cream.
And we don't do that all the time.
Yeah, but they don't do that every day. I say they.
Well, I ate
included.
sushi, but my sushi was like half good and half bad.
I saw you eat some other things as well. Sorry.
Anyways, the whole point is balance. And the thing is, I was going back when I was praying before we had Aaliyah. I remember just bawling on my face and be like, God, I don't want to deal with this body image and this dieting constant issue of the thinking and over obsessing of this, and then waking up and hating how I feel in my clothes. And I don't want to deal with this when I get pregnant with a child. I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. I also don't want to wreck my body while there's a baby inside of me, because there's no way that doing this dieting and stuff back and forth, there's no way. And so I want to be healthy. And I literally started praying for God's strength to help me, and that I don't have to live in like this forever. There's people that live like this, that they still deal with it today. You deal, maybe it's, an eating disorder, bulimia, anorexia, whatever it is that maybe you're struggling with. And I know today we're talking specifically about that topic. There's so many different things, but you don't have to live with that forever. And God truly helped heal my mind of it. I got rid of the junk. I got just over it. There are still moments today that I'm like, oh my gosh, I really would like to tone up here, or whatever. But I felt like I overcame that before we got pregnant with Aaliyah. And since Aaliyah, and, we opened a gym, and, for the past 12 years, this is what we've been able to do, is help other people with that. I've had people that sit right in front of me and I do consultations with, that have dealt with anorexia and bulimia, who have had weight loss surgeries and then gained all their weight back. You know why? And I'm not against weight loss surgeries and some of these other things. I think that there's a time for certain things, but it's because of this. If you don't get your mind right, and if you don't get
it, ain't gonna stick.
It ain't gonna stick. Yeah. I don't care what a surgery does. It doesn't. You can gain your weight back like that.
Yeah.
You can try to fix it and try to cover up the outside and get all these things nipped and tucked. But if you don't get it right and make it a lifestyle and truly overcome those issues, and you don't have the strength in your mind, and then you're gonna keep battling it forever. This morning I actually, was reading in this book. It's actually Billy Graham, Wisdom for Each Day. And something that I read in here, it says the 10 Commandments serve as the constitution of God's moral universe. The first 4 commandments show that our main priority is to love God. The other 6 guide our love for other people. And this is the part that I wanted to share mainly, is first, we are to serve God alone. Whatever our heart clings to is our God, our little God, little g. And when we cling to anything or anyone other than God, we are guilty of idolatry. And I mean, and it continues on. God alone must be first in our heart, in our life. Next, we are to avoid anything that excludes or obscures the divine nature of God. And I mean, it continues on. But I love that because sometimes we don't realize that those little things in our lives, we're making a little G. If it's taking over your life and your thoughts, and it's a constant battle and an issue, and we're giving presence to that every single day, and we're letting it
rule you.
You're letting it rule you. You are kind of giving it, allowing that little thing to be your little God.
That can be even like your body image, but it can
100%.
be shopping. It could be, drinking. It could be sleeping. Whatever
Working
it is,
too
addiction.
much.
Yeah,
It could be
exercising too much. Like anything.
It could be in a relationship that you're I mean, it can be your spouse, your husband or wife, or a boyfriend or girlfriend, or, being on the cheerleading team and being obsessed with that. Like anything that we are making, there's nothing wrong with taking care of your bodies and working hard and doing things, in a passionate manner. But when those little things start to take over your life, and especially if it's something that's unhealthy for you and it's making you, putting you in a funk and depressed and making you unhealthy, and it's, hurting your body, that is exactly what Satan wants. He wants you to be controlled by all the little G's so that they become the big G in your life, the big God.
I was talking to someone the other day that's struggling with pretty good depression, and I said, I wish you could put on like Jesus's glasses and really the way everyone else sees you, because you have so much to offer, but you can't see it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you give a compliment, it's like, no, I'm ugly. No, you're not. You're smart. You know what I mean? You have so much, you can do so much, but you can't see it but I want you to know, if you could just put on, Jesus's eyeglasses. This is not scripture, by the way, I'm making this up. But if you could put on Jesus' glasses and see yourself the way that he sees you and really how the world sees you, it would be so great. So be nice to yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself, and think about where your time is being spent. Think about what you think about all the time.
What are you saying and doing and spending your time,
looking at on Facebook or Instagram?
That's a good point. I mean, I'm going to insert this, I was obsessed with fitness magazines, was I not? I bought them all. I mean, I would literally obsess over them, looking at the next new thing, and if that is an issue, get rid of them. Yeah. I got rid of them. And is looking at a fitness magazine a sin? No, but it was causing me to sin. So that's the thing, is just like, if something in your life is distracting you from being everything that you can be and having peace and joy, you may need to step away and get rid of it. Whether it's a group of friends, whether it's a job, whatever it is, you have to really put your focus and your trust in the Lord and let Him just take care of those things in your life, because that's what Satan wants to steal. He has come to steal, to kill, and to destroy, and he wants to do that every single day with us. And don't let him.
The reason we wanted to have the show called This Is Real, REEL, is because it's a play on like a reel of film, and we're in show business, but I call myself Hollywood for Jesus. I like show business, but I love Jesus more, so I just kind of try to use my showmanship to shine the light on him, and we're wanting to just share our stories, our hearts. Yes, someone like Lessie that looks like Lessie, that's a personal trainer and wins awards, and she's won a dance contest, has struggled with an eating disorder, maybe like you, so she's still a Christian. It didn't mean she didn't love the Lord. It didn't mean God was punishing her. It's just the rain falls on the just and the rain falls on the unjust. So
we all got
our stuff.
We all have our stuff.
So, but being real helps other people feel okay. So you're never too broken to belong. This has been a podcast and a YouTube show from the Smoky Mountains. This is real. Ending now.
I'm Kathy Lee, and this is
Regis Philman. We'll see you next time, live from the Smokies.
Don't have a great day.
Miracles.
Have a real great day.
#, we'll see you next time.
I haven't punched you enough on the show.
You punched me before the show.
Only once.
Hurry, because the show's too long.
You're drinking nothing.
It's empty. It was just a prop.
I know, mine was today.